7 of Inktober. Yeah. Okay, so this one was fun. The word was fancy. And the first thing that came to mind when I thought of the word fancy was a posh person holding a teacup with their pinky sticking out. My gosh, that was hard to say fast. So I refined the idea a little bit and went with just a fancy teacup. And Dieta is holding said fancy teacup. Now, I'm not the best at drawing teacups, but I think I did okay. I mean, how hard is it really to draw a teacup? But I wanted it to look fancy. I wanted anyone who looked at the picture to go, that is a fancy teacup. So that was where I found it difficult. And again, with going with the different types of line art for this piece, I decided to use my dip pen, taking inspiration from Cosmic Spectrum here on YouTube and on Instagram. I love her artwork so much. And I recently got her latest art book, and at the back of that book is an inking tutorial on how to do full ink watercolor. Whoa, hello. Never mind that. A full inking tutorial, inking sort of watercolor style artwork. And in that tutorial, she suggests using a dip pen like apparatus for doing the line art before you paint on the rest of the ink. And I thought, you know what, that is a brilliant idea. I have a dip pen. I have all these inks. I might as well try it. So I did. I really actually did like it. I was worried that the texture of the paper was going to make it difficult to use my dip pen, just because when the paper is textured, it catches on the little ridgy bit of the nib that holds all the ink together, and it can catch, and then it can flick it off, and they get blobbles of ink everywhere, and da-da-da-da-da, and it's a huge mess and catastrophe. And I was worried about that happening, but it actually didn't happen at all when doing this. So I may do that again for my next one tomorrow. But as far as this one went, I'm actually really happy with how it came out. I enjoyed using the dip pen. I liked how surprisingly easy it was to do the line art. And if I get better at using my dip pen through this Inktober, I may even keep it as a technique that I use for most of my art, just because I do really like how it feels to use a dip pen. It's kind of like, I don't know, it makes me feel a bit Harry Potter-esque. Maybe I should get like a proper quill with a feather and everything. How cool would that be? Like, so long that it touches my camera lens every time I draw. No, that would be annoying. But you know what I mean. It just feels good to use one. I feel fancy, which, funnily enough, the word for the day was fancy. So there you go. I enjoyed this piece again because I got to do the hands. Now, hands are a lot of our worst nightmares when it comes to art. Understandably, because hands are difficult, but I really enjoyed doing the hands for this piece. I'm really sorry that my head is getting in the way so much. I must have been trying really hard to get the line art correct and just forgot that my head exists and putting it in front of the camera. But I really enjoyed doing the hands. I did use a lot of reference to try and make sure I got them right. And I'm really happy with how they came out. And I don't know about you, but when I do an art piece and the hands turn out good in the piece, I find it's the only thing I look at when looking at the piece of art, because I'm just like, wow, I did some good hands there. I'm proud of myself. Those hands look good. That's this piece for me. I keep looking at that hand and going, it looks like it's holding a teacup. I'm so proud of myself right now. So yeah, this is the hand piece. I may deliberately do some more pieces that involve having gigantic yawn in the middle of my audio. I think that's a thing. It's going to be my trademark. If there's not a yawn in my video, you get to have a free commission. Don't quote me on that. Anyway, yeah, I may make it a theme for the next few. Add just some hands, just because I want to draw hands at the moment. Or I could just, not, because hands are hard. You know what I really need to work on drawing? Feet. Feet are hard. I enjoy drawing feet, but feet are hard. I don't know if it's going to be possible to focus on doing feet for a lot of the next pieces, but, maybe I can sneak a foot into most of the drawings, somehow. I don't know. I'm killing time here. I really don't know what to talk about for the audio for this one. It's hard doing audio every day and having something new to talk about. I'm sorry. Maybe tomorrow's video or next week I could do a Q&A if you guys want to throw some questions my way. That'll give me something to talk about in one of these 31 videos that I'm doing this month. Oh, I do have something new to say. My laptop is playing up. So, if at any point I stop uploading, it's because my laptop has died and I can no longer edit nor upload my pieces. I was supposed to upload another video last night, but my laptop decided to die, and so it didn't happen. It was freezing on me every time I turned it on, and it just would not let me, log in or do anything. So, hopefully that's not a reoccurring problem, because if I can't edit and upload, then my whole Inktober plans go down the drain, and then I'm just going to be completely unmotivated to do any more drawings for Inktober this month, because my whole plan was I wanted to draw it and share it with you guys. And I know I have my Instagram and my Facebook and my Patreon that I also share my pictures on, but it's my YouTube guys that I'm trying to appeal to with my Inktober drawings. So if my laptop up and dies and I can no longer upload and edit videos, then I'm probably just going to be completely unmotivated to continue with this entire challenge, and just there will be no more Inktober from me. So hopefully that doesn't happen, because I am enjoying doing this. It's the first time in a while that I've been drawing every day and doing complete pieces every day and actually feeling like I've accomplished something, instead of feeling like I've just wasted my time. If you know what I mean. Like, don't get me wrong, it is a lot of time and a lot of effort, and I'm very tired, as you can tell by all the yawns, but I am enjoying it. I probably won't make this an everyday thing after October. I'll probably go back to weekly or maybe bi-weekly videos, but for now I'm enjoying uploading every day, and your feedback on my videos has been great. It's really nice getting comments and, feedback, and even just hellos from you guys, just letting me know that you're watching. It's really nice, and I really appreciate it. So thank you, all my new followers and all my old followers, subscribers, whatever you're called. I'm going to make a nickname for you guys. We'll be like the Kaci Starlets or something. We'll make a club, and I will make merch, and you guys can buy like your own little Kaci Starlets badge or something like that. I don't know if Kaci Starlets is going to be the name, but I kind of like starlets. I think it's cute. It sounds like a little baby star, and that makes me happy. I like sparkles, which is why I add sparkles to pretty much everything. I did go outside of the only ink for this image. I got out my Kuretake Gansai Tambi, I think that's what they're called, Starry Night watercolors, the golds. I got them out to use for this piece because I thought a fancy teacup is not fancy if it doesn't have some kind of gold gilding or something on it. So I whipped out my Starry Nights watercolors and used the gold. I think I used yellow gold from that set to add detail to the teacup because I wanted to. I like sparkle. What are you going to do? Yeah. So this piece itself has the teacup with the steam coming out of the teacup and the phantom hands, and obviously Jade is a ghost, so it kind of makes sense. I did the background all in the dark. It's not quite black. I think the color is sepia that I used, but I used it very saturated, but not quite completely straight from the bottle, just to make it look dark so that Dieter stands off from the page because he's so pale, and that the hands look extra sort of ghostly up front like that. So this is me using the gold. And then the steam that's coming out of the cup, I don't know if you can really see it very well because it's not coloured entirely yet, but any part of his face that is covered by the steam, you can see as a skull. I just like the imagery of that. There's not really a huge story behind it. Obviously, Dieter's a ghost, so he's dead, so I don't know, maybe that's just... the lights are going really weird. That's strange. That is really weird. Epilepsy warning. Okay, I think they've stopped. I do have fairy lights on around my desk when I'm doing this, but normally you can't tell with the camera recording, but that's so weird. My camera must be having a fit. Anyway, let's not focus on the bad lighting and focus back on the art. So the parts of his face that are covered by the steam are all like skulls. And I was going to leave it white, but we all know me. I can never leave anything just white. So I went in with red and purple and sort of made it this sunset-y, galaxy, watercolor splodginess. And I really like the effect that it gave. So, yay me. That's really the whole piece right there. I do go over with some white ink afterwards, which normally I use my Jelly Roll pen, but I thought, you know what, this whole piece, I haven't used a pen. I'm going to use my dip pen, and I have some white ink here, so why not use that? I am terrible with my white ink. I make a mess of everything with it, because I dip my dip pen straight into the bottle with it, and then it gets white ink all over the handle, and then it gets all over my hand, and then my hand touches everything, and everything gets covered in white ink, and it's all just a big mess. But thankfully, none of the messy part of the white ink got onto the book. It was all the controlled part. So that's something, I suppose. And then I'm not sure why. I just felt like the background was a little bit too plain. So instead of leaving it just the sepia tone, I used the white ink and added some like stars. I don't know, maybe it's like magic flecks around Dieter and his fancy magic cup of ghost tea that he's got going on. Yeah, I don't know. I just sort of went, it looks a bit plain. I want to add more. So I did. And I filled in the inside of the cup with the sepia as well because it looked too bare. It did end up coming very similar to the colour of the background, which wasn't intended, but I didn't want to mess it up by doing it. So here's the white ink. Here's my messy white ink. Yay, just checking it that it worked and got my dip pen out. And you can see that the dip pen is like practically covered in the white ink. And then it gets all the way up my hand. It's kind of like, you know how when you're brushing your teeth and the toothpaste comes out of your mouth and it gets all over the toothbrush, and then you have toothpaste all over your hand because you get too vigorous with brushing your teeth. I remember doing that as a kid, and I would, try and make as much mess as I possibly could because I hated brushing my teeth, so I'd make as much mess to make it really inconvenient for anyone else. Now I love brushing my teeth. I can't stand not brushing my teeth, actually, so I'm quite clean with it. So, I don't know, maybe the white ink has taken hold of the toothpaste of my childhood. We don't know. I'm weird. Let's not get into that in any more detail and get back to the art. So, Tomorrow's word is teeth. I don't 100% know what I'm going to do for it, but it's going to be fun. So stick around and like, comment, subscribe. Check me out on Instagram, Facebook, and Patreon. And thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.